Hey guys, Brian delivers you the goods here. Sorry for the lengthy delay for this next review. I just got busy today. I had to work in the morning all the way to 3 o'clock. Today I worked from 8:30 to 3 today, so I didn't really get a video out to you guys uh, since yesterday, so it's been a little bit, but I wanted to return to you for this new Rita Ora album, her newest album, You and I. That did come out on July 14th, and I'm sorry that I'm a bit behind on it. I'm just finishing up this album and the next album, which is the Voyager album. And then I'll be moving on to the new albums that come out on July 28th. So I'll pretty much be caught up after the next album is reviewed. So basically, this is for You and I by Rita Ora. So I'm going to discuss what I listened to for her newest album and let you know my thoughts on it. So let's dive into this album review. Now, basically, I just got back about an hour or so ago because I had to run errands after my shift, so I've had quite a day. But pretty much, Don't Think Twice is the first song, and I really like that track. And the lyrics, they are fine for what they go for, but pretty much overall, I did like how Rita Ora was singing it and how the melody was going, so it was pretty catchy. 5 out of 5. Then comes You Only Love Me. That's a solid one. I wouldn't say my favorite, but it's good in its own way, so 4.5 out of 5 for this one. Then comes Praising You featuring Fatboy Slim, which I think is a dubstep artist or EDM artist, I guess you could say. Pretty much, I wasn't a huge fan of this song because there was like a dubstep noise in the background. There was like a repetitive EDM noise that I didn't really like that Rita Ora was doing with her vocals. It was mixed a little cringy, in my opinion, not in a good way mixed, and I was a little annoyed by that section in the song going to the breakdown of the EDM music. So 4 out of 5 for this. I think it's decent, but not anything mind-blowing. Then comes Unfeel It, which is a decent one too. Not really caring for it too much, but some of the lyrics are fine, played safe, but Rita Ora's vocal potential has its hits and misses in this one, so 4 out of 5. Waiting for You is a solid one. Didn't hate it for what it went for, just it's nice to a degree, and some of the way Rita Ora is singing it from time to time, there can be cringy moments as the song progresses, but pretty much when the song progresses a little more into it, like the chorus and all that, that's where it shines. 4.5 out of 5. You and I, the title track, is a pretty solid one. Really like how it's sounding overall. The lyrics are pretty on point to what the song is talking about, which Rita Ora pretty much knows what it's about. It's about a relationship thing. So, basically, 4.5 out of 5. That Girl is a solid one, too. Don't really hate it for what it goes for. Some of the lyrics play it a little safe, but in a way, I think it's good in its own way. 4.5 out of 5. Shape of Me is decent. I wouldn't say it's amazing in any way, but there's some lyrics that are on the cringe side of this album. So, for this song mostly. So, 4 out of 5. Look at Me Now is a solid one. Really liking the last 4 tracks to this album. They're pretty solid in their own way. So, 4.5 out of 5. Give me a second, guys. Gotta pause the video. Sorry, guys. Had to pause the video for a moment because my brother-in-law was talking to me saying my food was done or something because we're about to have dinner very momentarily. But yeah, Look at Me Now is a solid track, so 4.5 out of 5. Girl in the Mirror. It's another solid one. Rita Ora is singing in it. It's pretty strong. So really liking some moments. There are a few cringe liners with how her vocal potential sounds in certain areas in the song, but I think execution-wise this song did pretty well for what it was going for. So 4.5 out of 5. Notting Hill is a solid track. It's the second to last song before the album closes with the closing track. So 4.5 out of 5 for this one. I like Rita Ora's vocals in this track, and the lyrics are pretty interesting with how she's singing it, so really liking it. 4.5 out of 5. I Don't Want to Be Your Friend is a solid one. It's the closing track to this album. And a solid closing track. It's good in its own way. Not something I would say is my preferred taste, but it's nice and mellow and closes the album out pretty good in its own way. So 4.5 out of 5. I mean, it's not the best song, but it's a solid track. Meaning it's a good track. Overall, production, mixing, and execution wise, I think Rita Ora's newest album, You and I, is an average album. Not something I'm going to come back to as the year goes on, but I think it'll be an occasional comeback to kind of album. Because I didn't really hate this album all that much. There was a few tracks that kind of brought the rating down for this album, like Praising You on Feel It. Then there's Shape of Me, and yeah, I think those were the only 3 songs that I really had a problem with. I wouldn't say they were the best, but pretty much those were the only tracks I had my critiques about. So for an overall score, the other tracks were solid, and there was one that was pretty good. So for a score for me, I'm giving Rita Ora's newest album, You and I, a 7.5 out of 10. Average. It's not a bad album. Um, Maybe the next album she can step it up a bit, but who knows. It's still a solid album. It's not too terrible. It's listenable, but I wouldn't say anything that I'm gonna really listen to all the time. So 7.5 out of 10 for Rita Ora You and I album. Thank you guys for watching.